prints that are up on the wall right now are his just paintings he sold.
Mm-hmm.
And we love movies, you know, we just love being together. I thought that I had met my soulmate, and I thought that Billy had brought him to me. And
he's a good dad.
Oh yeah, he's the nicest man in the world, would do anything for anyone. And animals, okay, animals is like a big thing. I mean, he took a little bird, and it was sick, and he took it and nurtured it back to health. He before he'd go to work in the morning, he would go to a cat rescue, and that's why we have 3 cats, because he rescued these little kittens and and stuff, and he even rescued a little mouse from being eaten by a snake at a pet store. I know. I was always, come on, Mark, you can't have any more animals. But he's just, he means everything. He means everything.
And so I think one of the last things I can think to ask is, so that Mark Spencer, have you seen him around the neighborhood yourself?
No, not us, but our neighbors, my sources and our neighbors have spotted him. I have yet to run into him. Probably a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, Mark Jr., how do you feel? I mean, well, you were down in Stuytown. You live in Stuytown right now?
Yeah, I live in Stuytown right now, and I was in Chicago. I'm an actor writer.
And how old are you, Mark?
I'm 26.
And Terry, how old are you?
I don't, just, don't put my age.
Okay. All right.
Remember, I'm in theater, so, it's like I did chorus line for a few years, and so...
You feel some anger about this, right? I mean, you're pretty pissed, justifiably so, right?
Yeah, I mean, I boxed for 8 years. I mean, this is the stuff, I grew up running around and doing stupid things, and trust me, if I could handle it my way, I would, but that's not the way you handle these situations. In Miami, but I'm angry and I'm pissed off. I mean, to sit there and look at my father, somebody that I used to go mountain biking with, somebody that used to train me in martial arts and in that stuff, and I can't do anything about it. I mean, I want to knock on the guy's front door and do things the way I would have done them in the past, but you can't do things like that. And I just want justice. I want justice for my father, for my stepmother, for this neighborhood. I mean, you can't have somebody walking around like this at all. I mean, neighbors are terrified of speaking with the press, speaking with the police. Nobody, as you saw downstairs, they don't want to give you a name because they're worried. They don't know what this guy's into. I mean, I'm not. I want to see this guy eye to eye.
Did you hear about the police not responding for like an hour? And the first responders were the fire department and the EMS?
Yes.
They came within 5 minutes. The police department came an hour. They met me at the emergency room. They came walking in,
And what was their, and that's key. I mean, what was their attitude? What was their reason for showing up late?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know. I don't know the answer to that. But when they did come, I told them I wasn't there, and I gave them Anthony's number, the guy Mark was talking to, and so he's been their witness.
Because neither one of you were at the scene.
No,
you only.
I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea this happened until I called and they told me he was at the emergency room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's just been a nightmare. So it's like, financial stuff I had to take care of, and not knowing. I mean, the doctors tell me one thing and another thing all the time, and the brain is a very mysterious. Neurosurgery is,
right.
You just never know. It's a mystery until the person wakes up and they can tell what's really going on. But right now they can't tell me if it's a spinal thing that his legs aren't moving or if it's neuro.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a mystery, And even if he squeezes my hand, or if I think he's squeezing my hand, that's a big thing. If
Sure.
he moves a finger, that's a big thing. I mean, every little thing that he does is like huge,
Right.
And now I'm worried about. I asked the doctors he had a hematoma here, that the hematoma on top of his head, the
bleeding is now scar tissue, but that's, it actually, the right side, you know, affects the left leg and the
Sure.
left and right. But his is right in the center, so it's affecting both legs. Now, there's another hematoma back here, and I was concerned because that's actually the eyesight. And now I'm worried about that because, and I asked yesterday, is there going to be, because he has one eye, his right eye, when he opens his eyes, just sort of goes up into his head, but the left one stays horizontal. So now I'm like totally worried about him because he's an artist, and what if he can't? There's just going to be so much rehab. They've already told me.
Yeah.
They said it's going to take probably years for him, and he'll probably never ever be the same because of even the scar tissue on his head. So he won't be the same Mark. But I'm going to do my best to just rehabilitate him myself. And that's what I do in Pilates. I work with a lot of